Welcome, Caffeinated Crew. On this episode, joined by John of Last Retch, joining later this evening, but it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, excited to be here.
I know that you were saying you had some tattoo stuff happening. You're a little sore. You got a little beer going on. So why don't you talk about what you're drinking and what you also brought that is making me very excited.
Okay, well, first I'm having a high grade. It's an East Coast IPA from Fairweather Brewing. It's the best brewery in Hamilton here where I live, and I would put this IPA against any IPA that I've had in North America. And I've done the whole Vermont, Massachusetts, like East Coast.
Treehouse.
Yeah, I've been to the Treehouse. I've waited in the line, and those are great beers. But this one holds up to those high grade Fairweather. If you're in Ontario, you can get it in the LCBO. It rules.
Yeah, that's so. You shouted out Hamilton, which I've been on record saying favorite city in Ontario.
Steel City,
Um,
baby.
Steel City, Steel City hardcore, Steel City metal, I
Steel
guess. Is
City
that a
death
thing?
metal. Oh yeah,
Yeah, hell we go.
that's yeah.
But I haven't been in the brewing scene there. I've only done the coffee, and usually when I hang out with people there, they just drink Miller High Lifes. Um, and I won't name who I'm talking about, but he knows.
Well, I'm one of those people too when I'm downtown. But if I want something nice, Fairweather's out on the west end by McMaster University, and
Hmm.
it's not only the best beer in the city, it's got the best patio. So when the weather's nice, that's the spot to be.
That's sick.
I have to say I am biased because my wife's the sales rep of Fairweather Brewing. So somebody's gonna call me out on that, just glazing them up like this. But before I got into music, I was like a big home brewer and like big time beer nerd. So I've shifted more towards coffee in my nerdery, but I know my beer, and Fairweather's the best in town by far.
That's interesting. My wife also home brews. She hasn't had a lot of time recently because she's been very busy with work, but she's done 5 beers, 6 beers in the past.
Nice.
Great stuff. It's really cool to see like the whole process happen, um,
Yeah,
and
is
be
she
a
doing
part of it.
all grain or like extract?
She does all grain.
Okay, great. Yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
She's used some like not intense, some like funky hops before. Like she used some pink boots when her distributor first got them. I kept telling her to name it the Dolly Parton Ale or something like that, like Dolly's IPA.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
she got to think of like cooler metal names. I think one of them she did recently was called Ack Ack after the Mars Attacks guys.
Cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
Sweet.
I have a special place for beer. I think I need to stop drinking it because I may have discovered inadvertently that I am intolerant to gluten. I'm still trying to figure that out.
That's rough.
Um, yeah, I don't know if it's true or not, so I might have to go see a real doctor, not
Yeah,
not TikTok. The answers for that one.
yeah. If you're noticing a sensitivity, you want to deal with that sooner than later because it can develop into like a crippling like celiac, right? If you
Silly, I
don't
don't
take
want to
care
get
of it.
that.
No,
Yeah.
because then you're in real trouble.
So yeah, I gotta figure that one out in the wonderful Quebec healthcare system. But do you have some coffee?
I do. Currently, what I'm sipping on in the mornings is this cream donut from DAC.
Mm.
It's a Colombian coffee. My wife's also Colombian, so I'm always biased towards the Colombian beans. But it's a yeast inoculated natural, so it's very funky. Um, I like kind of some of the new coffee processes that remind me a lot of like craft brewing, especially like when they're tailoring the yeast they inoculate the fermentation process with to get certain flavor profiles. So I don't brew anymore, but my nerdery has kind of shifted towards coffee, and I like that this new wave we're currently experiencing has a lot of similar, I guess, overlap in that
Hmm.
sense. Mhm.
Have you tried roasting before?
I have not.
It's
No,
fun.
yeah, it looks fun. I have a friend who he dabbles in a little bit of everything, and he was quite the good home brewer. He tried roasting coffee. It didn't turn out great, and if I know anyone who's equipped to do it, it would be him. So I kind of took that as like I'll just let the pros handle the roasting.
So I was working for a coffee roaster until about 3 months ago.
Hmm.
And
Which
I
one?
was It's called Balance from Montreal.
Okay.
It's got like pink Godzilla bags. They really only it's only really in Quebec at the moment, but before I left, I was kind of trying to push to get us more in other provinces. But it's have you ever tried the cold brew that I've brought to like fests and stuff like that? I don't know if we've ever crossed paths in that way.
I don't think we have. I don't think we have. I'm pretty like one track like death metal.
Okay.
I don't venture out. So if you've been at other fests, I probably wasn't there.
Okay, yeah, because I've been at Hold Your Ground a couple of years and
Yeah,
done some other things around, but yeah, I wasn't sure if you'd ever been to because Scorching was at the last one that they had.
yeah. I couldn't make it. I was on a annual psychedelic retreat I go on out in the woods.
That's wild.
Yeah, so I go on this camping trip up at a provincial park every year with the same group of people, and we get a little weird. So there's a conflicting schedule with that trip.
So a little Burning Man-esque moment.
Yeah, a lot more tame than Burning Man, but yeah, it's our version.
You're not ever like shirt cocking or anything like that, are you?
No, no, the worst thing I do is like fall into the fire, but that's totally unintentional. So, no.
I feel like one is safer than the other.
Yeah, I mean, given that I'm like a safety consultant for my line of work, it's really bad that I go off into the woods and get hurt. But my
That's
my
awesome.
my clientele doesn't need to know what I do on my retreat. So,
I feel like maybe that's just a cathartic experience for you.
yeah, it is. I have to pay attention to the rules and being safe so much that I just want to let loose and be a wild man
I
once a year.
understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I'm drinking. Mine is definitely a little less interesting than your coffee, but I have oh my god, am I gonna be able to say this? Chachagüí.
Okay.
It's Colombian as
Oh,
well.
sweet. Oh,
It's
nice.
a natural. It's got some black cherry, juicy fruit, pineapple notes. It's just I think it's like a. It's not telling me where it is. I feel like I could have probably looked more into this, but it's on Bolt Coffee's website, Bolt from Providence, Rhode
Hmm.
Island. I was doing some work in Providence recently, because I do some audio engineering side hustle stuff. And so I went with a band and I had a lot of free time. So I was walking around going to some coffee shops that I knew and I'd been wanting to try their stuff for a while. And it's, it's good. It's fine. You
Okay.
know,
Yeah.
it's just like a solid Colombian, nothing crazy, just really
Yeah.
overwhelming cherry notes.
It's a good daily driver, right?
It really is. It's like I love doing a South American coffee in the morning and then like a funkier African or something in the afternoon.
Totally agree. Like I do warm South American coffee in the morning and then cold African coffee in the afternoon. So that's the vibe for me.
But yeah, this is nice. I have another one. I used to the head roaster from Bolt. He did an episode a while ago, like years ago, and Justin, and he had left Bolt about a year or so ago and started his own thing called Enjoy. And so I have another bag here at the house as well from him that I found at another shop that was a much cooler shop, in my opinion.
Okay.
No disrespect to Bolt Coffee, but Reprise is where it's at. Shout
All
out
right.
Nick. Nick, the owner's super, or I think one of the guys who runs it, really awesome guy. Talked to him probably more than he wanted me to. So shout out. Providence was a cool place.
So you did the music equivalent of punishing him for the coffee time, right?
I feel like that's what I do.
Hey, man,
I
that's how you
don't
learn.
I don't punish music people as much. Like I try to keep it cool, but then like when I see somebody that's really on their game in coffee, it's like tell me what you're doing. How are you liking that La Marzocco PB? What's your grinder rigs looking
Yeah.
like? What are you using the Aiden for behind the counter?
Yeah.
Like
You gotta
little
ask.
yeah, little things like that.
Yeah. That's how you're gonna learn.
It's funny you mentioned your wife is Colombian, so you gear more towards Colombian coffees. My wife is from Mexico, and I wish that I was more drawn towards Mexican coffees. I just have not found the one that I enjoy.
Same. I spent some time in Mexico in May, and I was in a pretty touristy area of Mexico City for part of the trip, and I thought if I'm gonna find some good like third wave coffee in Mexico, it's gonna be here. And Honestly, it was, like, comparable to Starbucks.
Damn.
It wasn't good. I didn't have a single good cup of coffee in Mexico, unfortunately.
I wish I would have known. There's some places that I know of in Mexico City that would have probably maybe not knocked your socks off, but it would have been a better experience.
Would've been good, right?
Yeah, I don't know what neighborhood you were in, but I know.
Roma Norte.
Oh, you were in like the hipster area. You should have
That's
definitely
what I
had.
thought. I think I tried 3 days in a row, I tried, like, a spot that had good Google reviews, and I struck out, so the rest of the trip, I was like, "I'm not going out of my way." I just kinda drank whatever was around just for the caffeine.
I have some places saved, but I haven't been to Mexico City since 2018.
Okay,
And last time I was there, I found some great spots, but that was also before I was a coffee professional again.
I
So
see.
it may have just been where I was at the time, you know.
Yeah, I was there
But
mainly for food, so, like, the focus was, like, restaurants, so I truthfully, I didn't try hard enough with the coffee, but
mhm.
I'll be back for sure, and I'll definitely hit you up for some recommendations.
The food, though, brother,
Crazy, man.
like out of this world.
Yeah, like, unbelievably good, like, they tell you how good it's gonna be, and you're not prepared.
No, and it's just like the most normal looking place that you could think of is the best al pastor taco you've ever had.
Oh my god. Yeah, the best taco I had was, like, from the side of a street. We walked for, like, an hour to go to a Michelin star taco joint, and it was okay, and then I had a cart around the corner, and it blew my mind. So, like, I think that's kinda the experience there. It's good everywhere.
That's also something to say about the Michelin Guide, but I won't get into that.
No, yeah, we could talk a lot about that.
They came to Montreal. Montreal paid something like millions of dollars for them to come and judge. I'm sure you've heard this, because Montreal is like a food city,
Of course.
and we've been waiting for a long time, and we always get snubbed by the Michelin Guide. And then they came and they gave one Michelin star.
For the whole city?
I think it was maybe 3 Michelin stars
Okay.
for the whole city. One was Sabayon, which made sense. And then the other 2 were like long-standing restaurants that like people were kind of not paying attention to anymore because they've pretty much passed like their innovation. Like we everybody's in on the innovation now, so we've moved on to like other things. So it just felt a little nepo-y.
Yeah, they just rolled through Ontario as well. They've been in Toronto for a couple of years now, but they just awarded some recommendations and, to some spots in Hamilton. And, like, I've had some
Finally,
I've had some of these spots, and I don't know if they're the best, but so I'd be interested to see what their judging criteria really is, but you know what it is. It's like anything, it's so subjective.
mhm. It's very subjective, and it's like I've heard. I don't know if it's Bourdain or somebody. Bourdain trashes on Michelin a little bit,
Yeah,
or trashed. But it's somebody who's like very innovative, I guess. Not just like that's why it's given to like a taco stand is because what they're doing with the taco stand goes beyond what a normal idea for a taqueria would be. But with that comes a lot of like pretentiousness that people don't really care about.
yeah. I know they also sometimes they award it for, like, somebody who's maybe representing, like, culturally what that food, like,
Mhm.
traditionally was, so it might not be innovative or, like, like, fancy per se, but it's, like, the best representation of a regional staple. But then, you know, everybody's gonna have a different opinion, "Oh, this is the best one, that's the best one." It's just you never know.
Yeah. They did that in New York. This guy has like a carnitas like restaurant in New York City or in Brooklyn, and they gave a Michelin star to him, and it made sense. I had friends go and try it,
And it's
and
great, hey?
they were like, "It's banging." So, but it's more of representation because he's doing like true technique from his home in Michoacan, bringing it to New York and sharing it with people, which we have one here now finally. So we have
Nice.
Carnitas Leoncito, so I have to go and
Oh,
try it. I've heard it's very good.
yeah, I gotta come to Montreal quite frequently, so I'm gonna have to get a new list of spots from you next time I go down
I have
or
a
go up.
map,
Oh, yeah?
yeah, like with
Okay.
places saved, like
Yeah,
a Google map that you can just so maybe we'll work something out.
that'd be great.
I have to give my wife's permission. She's put a lot of work into it.
My wife has the same thing. Her map is insane. You go to any major city in the world, and she has all these little flags of want to go and little description as to why.
Mhm.
So
We're going to Portugal in December.
sweet.
So we're going to like Porto and Lisbon, and then we're going to like some wine country, um, just to stay for a bit. But I don't know if you're into wine too.
I'm just getting into wine because my lady's also getting into wine. She just started working at a wine bar on the side to like
Nice.
further her understanding. And I mainly just like whites, surprisingly enough, but
Macerated?
I just all whites. I don't like red.
Okay.
I don't
I
like
don't either.
reds. Yeah. Like I just went to Peach Eye in Montreal in July, and I had like the best meal and best wine pairing I've ever had with all the Scorching Tomb guys. It
Brother,
was
that
it
is
was good.
I went in June for the first time.
Fantastic. Did you get the
It's
tasting menu?
incredible. Of course.
Yeah, that's what you got to get. It was one of the best meals of my life. It was
Only
fantastic.
$75 for the tasting menu.
I know. I think we blew the budget on wine, but when you split it with your friends, it's actually not terrible.
No, 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 it's not bad. Like, yeah, it was like 75 for food. I'm pretty sure the bottle that we got was like under 250,
Okay,
maybe 200. But it was for my dad's 60th birthday.
well, that's worth it.
So it was very, very special and worth it. And my whole family was like there with us and everything. So it was very cool. But going with all your homies in death metal would also be very nice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We had played that To the Death
Hmm.
festival, and then I think we went with them after that, if I'm remembering correctly. I go to Montreal quite a bit, so they all blend together, especially when I'm with those boys. We like to get after it. So,
Did you secure tickets for Despised Icon?
um, no, but I will be there in a certain capacity. I don't know what I can say right now, but I'll,
Oh,
I'll be there.
I can't remember if it was said, but I remember what was told. So
Yeah, yeah. I might be seeing you in Ottawa the night before as well. So,
that's what yes,
but that's
I've,
all I'll say.
okay. I don't remember if it was shared publicly, but it'll be
Me
cool.
either, but something cool. I will be there, but I don't have tickets. We'll let you figure that one out. But
Yeah, that's fine. um, Man, that's crazy. So Dak is also great. I don't want to stay on coffee for too long, but it's very far and few between that I have people that really do nerd about coffee. And especially some like I think Dak is very special because it's Montrealers that went to Amsterdam,
that's right.
which is a very rich third wave coffee community.
Unbelievable.
Fried hats,
Fried hats. That was if you were gonna ask me what my second favorite is, it was gonna be fried hats. I,
dude.
I have a bottle of their Ethiopia waiting to get cracked open in my little cellar
Oh,
there. So
come on, man.
they make the
I
best low calf coffee ever. Like the only I don't drink decaf, but they do the low calf. It sells
Mhm.
out immediately at the place I get it in town here. But I love that for if I want like a 6 o'clock coffee, their low calf is where it's at.
You're gonna have to tell me. Is it in Hamilton?
Yeah, so we can talk like coffee in Hamilton. I don't know if you want to do
Yes,
that now or
I
later.
do. Let's do it.
Okay. So, if you've spoken with, I haven't listened to it yet, but you talked with VP. I'm sure he
Hmm.
mentioned Smalls, right?
He did. Yeah.
Smalls is great, but it's not like like what the best of what Hamilton has to offer for like high-end coffee. Um, the best shop, in my opinion, by a wide margin, would be One for All.
Okay.
They opened, I want to say 2 years ago seems like too long. Definitely over a year ago, but it's some guys that were working in Toronto. They wanted to open a spot, but they classic story couldn't afford to in Toronto, so they came down to Hamilton. And it's a Korean guy. I forget his name. I talk to him all the time. He's a wonderful dude, and they are making also bringing in some of the best beans from all over the world. The selection is world class. Like they often bring in a roaster from who knows where, and it'll be like it's the first time they've ever been available in North America, and they're the shop. So One for All, unbelievable. Everything about that place is fantastic, and they often get their baked goods from Pro Morissette Bakehouse, and like Pro Morissette just was named #1 restaurant in the country. So it's like so nice. You go in there and get like an incredible pastry, best coffee, and then you can take some very exclusive beans home. And then a close second would be Finn Coffee, which is on the West End.
Okay.
So if you're going to go to Fairweather, you might as well go to Finn. That's Phin. and that's where I get all my DAC and my Freed hats, and um, they always have something new and interesting, and they also have like really cool seasonal drinks. I'm mainly just a cold brew or like a drip coffee guy,
Mhm.
uh, or a pour over, but my lady loves all their seasonal lattes and different kinds of fancy drinks. We're extremely lucky in a relatively small city to have not one but two like top-notch spots.
What are your thoughts on Synonym?
Synonyms good. I don't know, when's the last time you were there?
So this is a thing, I haven't been there in probably 2 years.
So they changed ownership since then. I never went before they changed ownership. Um, Smalls is right by my house, so I always just went there or I would drive to Finn.
Mhm.
Synonym is still pretty good, but I wouldn't put them in like the top
Okay.
5 in the city. Nice
That's a
people.
huge bummer.
Yeah, did you really like them when you went?
It was like when I went, I think the first time I went was 2023,
Okay,
and I had one of the best espressos ever.
really?
Yeah, and it was an Ethica, it was their natural they don't do it often, but it's a natural Ethiopian, and they were just pulling it on their main, like, I think it was their single origin espresso that they had on bar, and I had that with a chocolate babka
Oh,
that
yeah,
they
I
made
remember the
in-house.
Bobcat, yeah.
Yep, and, I talked with, I think, the owner at the time. It was, like, an older guy,
Okay,
and, it was great. Great experience. I think I went and got 2 coffees. I drank the espresso, and then I went back and got a drip
nice.
just because I was like, "This is great." Um, but, yeah, since then, I think the last time I went, I wasn't as impressed.
Yeah, they still do Ethica beans, but I just had a couple experiences there where I could tell the person making my drink didn't really know anything about coffee. They were just working at the coffee shop.
Mhm.
And I've had some really bitter cups there. So if I want like a daily driver, like a quick one that's reliable, I go to Smalls. If I want a real treat, I go to One for All. And when I want to stock up on beans, I usually go get my DAC at Finn. So
That's good to know.
yeah,
I don't know next time we're playing Hamilton because 'cause we're kinda giving Ontario a little bit of a break at the moment, but, next time we go, because I love going to Hamilton. I'll play Hamilton just to hang out.
hell yeah.
All the, like, the Bad Bet and Gavel dudes
Oh,
are
yeah.
good friends of ours.
Yeah, I know those guys. I work on some of their guitars. I do like setups and repairs. So
Mhm.
like,
On, like, Cole and,
yeah, and
Josh and
Josh.
all them. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know Kyle. I always see Kyle around. He's a good time.
He's a funny guy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Those guys are great.
We usually stay at, we'll stay at Rob from Rust. We'll stay at his house
Oh,
sometimes.
yeah, and, the
Uh,
homies, Russ.
yeah, Rob's house is so nice, man, but it is so far.
It's out in Brantford.
It is out in Brantford.
Yeah, that's way out there.
Yeah, but it's so nice and comfy.
Oh, I bet. Like he's like a real ass adult. Like good job and kids and shit, right?
Yeah, he's got, like, the kid's bedroom all set up.
But yeah,
He's got a fucking cat, you know?
yeah, no, he's killing it. Him, the whole band. Those guys are great. I just recently became really tight with their drummer Dylan. We're like real good homies now. So
Okay, so Dylan is gonna listen to this, and I just have to say, one of my favorite people in the Ontario scene as a whole within heavy music is
yeah.
Dylan.
Oh,
Dylan X.
he's
He's
one
the
of my
man.
favorite people, just period. Speaking of coffee, we unintentionally started like a cool little tradition because we've only really become buds in the last 6 months or so, and we've started a tradition where we always exchange beans in the same mason jar every time we see each other. So I give him 30 grams of what I'm liking right now, and then next time he sees me, he returns it. So we kind of have like a coffee exchange going between
That's
each other.
that's beautiful.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what that is.
he's a great guy. I love Dylan.
So, whenever we came, we played Toronto. Man, it was winter time. It was that first July run we did. I think it was maybe 2024 in July, and we played Toronto style. And we got there early, and Dylan meets us immediately out front of the venue. Uh,
He's a gem. Yeah, he's a
He's the
jet.
best.
And like we live like over an hour away from each other, but like he actually makes the effort. Like, all right, when are we hanging out? Let's put it in the calendar. He's such a good guy.
Yeah, driving that bus, man, that
Hell
Hamilton
yeah,
route.
man. The stories he has from the go bus are insane.
You would never expect that man to be driving a go bus either.
No, just a lot of, I'll say fluids. A lot, a lot of people peeing and puking in the bus.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I feel like tweakers at that point, tweakers are like the least of your worries.
But yeah, yeah, you got to worry about drunk, like student age
Yeah.
people, and yeah, it's a wild job.
I would ask how that even became a like a friendship because if you say mostly in death metal and he's like in very much hardcore.
Yeah, so basically, Scorching Tomb and our band have been really tight since 2023. Primal Horde, my band, Last Retch, and Scorching Tomb, we did like a four shows over 2 weekends. We did like a Quebec weekend, Quebec City, Montreal,
Hmm.
and then we did a Toronto, Hamilton the following weekend. And those guys all stayed at my house, and we all three bands just became buddies. So I go to Montreal all the time just to hang out. Like I always stay with Emil, the drummer. We're like really close. We talk a lot. Um, and because Scorching Tomb crosses over a little more, they have a little more crossover with the hardcore community. They obviously did some gigs with Rust, met Dylan, loved him. And then I think it was one time they were going to be here and they wanted to hang out with me. They also wanted to hang out with Dylan. So they invited Dylan by. We all partied at my house. I think my lady made like carnitas tacos and we drank craft beer. And Dylan and I were just like, hey, like we don't live 7 hours apart. We should hang out. And then since then, like we've just been good buds.
That's
So
cool.
yeah, it's
That's
awesome.
great. Death metal bringing people together, you know?
Yeah, it's great. And like we don't listen to a lot of the same bands, but we love coffee, we love beer, and we love food. So
You know the band he was in before,
uh it, it,
like Pacific?
yes, I've listened to them.
I feel like that is 100% the opposite your cup of tea
You'd be correct in that
because
assessment.
it's not even close to mine.
No, no, like Rust is the kind of hardcore I like. It's like riffs. It's not just like breakdown, breakdown. It's they
Hmm.
got riffs, they got guitar parts, they got really good drums and vocals. But if you go too far the other way, like Pacific and stuff, there's nothing for me there.
I don't know. It's very yeah. It makes sense that they were on Warped Tour. That's
Yeah,
not a negative. That's not a dig. It's just it's very much like that style.
yeah. I think
But
it's really cool that he got to experience all that. But I'm
yeah,
glad he's doing something that's a little bit more. He's able to showcase his abilities more in Rust.
100%. We played a run with them earlier this year with Reality Denied played as well. So it was the three of
RD,
us.
hell yeah.
RD. Um which all I mean that run was so cool. And
Those guys are the best.
riff you want to talk about riff riders? Those are the riff riders, crazy riffs. Um
Andy's the man.
but seeing Dylan play drums, I just love watching him play cuz he's like a fun guy
He's just smiling the whole time, and he
the
hits
whole
so hard.
time.
Big shit-eating grin on his face.
100 like the entirety of the set. And he'll just like look over when he knows something's coming, he'll just look over and be like, and then like, what are you doing, dude?
Yeah,
Yeah. One of the shows, his little 808 pad, he was like trying it out for the first time, and the sensitivity was set too low. So the whole set, the thing's just going off very lightly underneath the mix, where you just hear like do 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 do, just at different velocities, like throughout the entire set. I'm like, Dylan, turn the thing off, dude. Turn it off.
that's
That's
jokes.
hilarious. Um, how did you find your way into heavy music?
Um, well, it depends on how far back you want to go. Like the first thing was discovering Metallica. So like I'm a huge Metallica guy, specifically albums 2 through 5. I'm not a big Kill 'Em All guy.
Hmm.
It's just I don't know. It's not for me. But Ride the Lightning Through the Black Album, untouchable for me. And I was actually I was playing like house league hockey, and I was like in the 5th grade, and in the change room after the game, one kid's older brother came in with an acoustic guitar, and he started playing Master of Puppets on acoustic guitar. And I remember the moment where I was like, "Whoa, what's that?" And he was like, "It's Metallica." So I went home and I'm like, "Dad, I need Metallica."
Yeah.
So the weekend, he took me to this CD shop in Burlington. I grew up in a small town near Hamilton called Grimsby, Ontario, and
Mhm.
he drove me down the highway to Burlington, and he said, "You can get 2 CDs." So I got Kill 'Em All and Ride the Lightning. And then ever since then, I immediately moved, like, into Slayer, Pantera, and then I started getting into stuff like Dimmu Borgir and Behemoth and stuff like that. And then, yeah, once I heard, like, Death and Carcass, it was just kinda game over. By the time I hit high school, I was already, like, fucking into extreme metal, loving it.
Man, the even seeing, like, Carcass recently, it's still just as good. Like, I feel like they do as good a job as the records.
But yeah, and, like, no shade on their original drummer, he's a legend. I'm forgetting
Yeah.
his name right now, but, like, honestly not the best drummer. Whereas Dan Wilding, the new guy, he's fucking unbelievable.
When
So,
he
like,
started they started putting those videos out of him doing playthroughs, like, during COVID, and I was watching him being like, "First of all, I need that cymbal setup. Like, I need every cymbal he's playing on."
hell yeah.
And, yeah, just watching him play so smooth, and he's, like, having fun.
But he's so good. Like, I've seen them a lot since they came back with Surgical Steel, and, like, most recently, I saw them last year with Harm's Way.
Mhm.
They did that big tour together, and honestly, I think they're better now than they've ever been. Like, they're older guys, but they don't drink too much, they all take care of themselves, they're in really good shape, so, like, they're just killing it right now.
It's same with Dying Fetus, man. I feel like Dying Fetus just keeps getting better. Like Trey as well, stepping in on drums. He's
Mhm.
such a monster
Yeah,
that and I mean, it's just a insane I've seen them 5 times, I think, since 2022,
that's amazing.
and every time it's just insane.
John's gotten way better at guitar too. Some of those, like, sweeps or, like, the little leads he would do, you'd hear him
Yeah.
live and they weren't so tight. Now when he plays them, it's like it's record perfect. So, like, they're I love bands that keep improving, they don't just kinda phone it in. So,
Yeah.
yeah, those guys are
It's
great.
it's very interesting too because I find in especially extreme and death metal, most of the bands that I see that are, getting up there closer to, like, their 60s and things. Like, I saw Obituary, and Obituary was like I coulda it sounded like 20-year-olds playing.
But yeah, those guys are so fierce still, like,
Yeah.
fucking unbelievable.
So, maybe that's a thing. Maybe you get older, you don't drink as much, you go to sleep at a decent hour,
What it
it's
is.
amazing what that will do for
I
your
mean, death metal's inherently, like, athletic on every
Yeah,
instrument. So, like, if you're partying and not sleeping, you're not gonna perform well. So if it takes, like, older age to, like, finally force you to take care of your body, then you're just gonna, like, get into your golden era where you just play really tight, right?
yeah, I mean, it's like wine. It just gets better with age. Whereas, like, hardcore is like coffee, you know? Like,
Oh, yeah.
you pour a shot of espresso, you better drink it within 5 minutes or else it's gonna
Yeah,
be bad.
that's right. No shelf stability.
No, exactly. No, I'm just joking. I'm joking. People will come for me for
Yeah,
that.
I have no idea, man. I that's not my world. I don't know anything. So you could tell me anything and I would nod my head.
I like cracking on it because there's some things that make me laugh a bit. But yeah, I enjoy hardcore. I'm sure because there's some attention issue that I have that's undiagnosed. So it just keeps my attention.
Yeah, yeah.
But my wife is a lot more into like, especially like atmospheric black metal and things like that. And so, but she'll put on. She found Skeletal Remains and showed it to me, and I was like, Jesus Christ,
It's like Morbid Angel with modern production. It's crazy.
it's beautiful.
Yeah. It's so good.
So yeah, and well, tell me, because you said that you were into brewing before you got into music.
Yeah, so I always played guitar. I was just a bedroom player. I started playing when I was like 12 years old.
Hmm.
Played I wouldn't call them bands, but I jammed with some guys every Friday night throughout high school. We never played shows or released music. We were just kind of fucking around. We were more interested in, like, finishing and then getting drunk than we were, like, actually playing music.
Hmm.
And when I moved away to university, no one there was I chose the wrong university. I went to the University of Western Ontario, which is extremely, like, not countercultural. Like, it's just a bunch of rich kids that like pop music, and
Hmm.
I didn't find my people there. So I kind of stopped playing guitar. I sold all my gear. from the age of like 21 to 28, I probably didn't play guitar more than like 2 or 3 hours cumulatively. So just totally stopped playing guitar. And then, but I found people that like brewing. So I kind of focused. I've always had like a very obsessive personality with hobbies. Like when I get into something, I really get into it. I research it. I kind of become obsessed. So
Mhm.
I put all that unused energy from music into brewing beer. And I wanted to open a brewery, but then my lady decided she would go to brewing school because I had a good job. I had the better job. So rather than me going to brewing school, she would go to school. We would both kind of learn, and then I would work and pay the bills while she was in school. And the number one thing she learned in brewing school was don't open a brewery, basically. It is a terrible business decision. You're lucky if you're making money in the first 3 to 5 years. And then after
Mhm.
that, the rate of success is very low. We're seeing it right now with handfuls of breweries closing every quarter, right? So her finishing school and us realizing brewery is not the way to go corresponded with the onset of the pandemic. Like she graduated December of 2019 from brewing school, and she was up in Ottawa doing a doing like a placement or internship with Dominion City Brewing.
Mhm.
Wow, when the pandemic hit. So basically, she's like, "Yeah, we're not opening a brewery. It's not a smart move." And then the pandemic hit. I was getting paid to stay home,
Mhm.
and then the two guys that Finley, vocals in Last Retch, and Derek, the other guitar player, we all rented a house together. We're like childhood best friends. So we were like, we have nothing to do and we're getting paid to stay home. Like let's rock. Let's write some riffs and shit. Let's dust off the guitars. We had to buy amps because we didn't have any gear.
Mhm.
And then we're like, let's just start riffing around. And then we started a band. So it's kind of like our first band, and it's been really fun. So
It's crazy.
yeah, it's kind of
Like,
nuts.
it is kinda insane that I mean, I've heard a lot of first bands because 'cause I've been playing in bands since I was 15, and, my I mean, especially my first band was fucking horrible, but, like, everyone's first band is usually it's the running joke that it's bad.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So to come out with something like Last Retch as your first band is kinda fucked up.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to do anything without like our old drummer, Davis Maxwell. Have you heard of him?
Yeah, shout out Davis. I saw him last time I was in Hamilton.
Sick. Yeah, everybody
Yeah,
knows Davis.
I was in Ekathra,
Fuck yeah.
and I was gonna go see them play this free show, as COVID restrictions lifted, like, the first time, and, I had COVID, and I went home because I was feeling sick, and missed their set, but then he also recorded and mixed a ton of bands that I know.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was at a bar drinking at the end of like when COVID, like middle COVID, when you could actually go out, but you could only
Mhm.
go out in Ontario. You could only go out with people in your household. So
Yeah.
and you had to show your license and your address. So I was really lucky because my two best friends, we all had the same address. We lived in a house together. So like they're the only guys I would be going to the bar with anyways. So it was great for us. And basically we saw a guy walk in with a full of hell shirt. I said, nice shirt. He came and sat down and he's like, "Who are you guys? I've never seen you around. Like, who are you?" We're like, "Oh, we're like just some metal guys. We're trying to start a band." And he's just like, "You got to call Davis." And I was like, "Okay." He's like, "Here's his number. Just call him. Tell him I told you to call." And I was like, "All right."
Who was that guy?
His name's Tyler Dupuis. He's actually played in bands with Davis in the past, and his current band is called Hellish Rebuke.
Okay.
They're like a death grind band from Ontario. Incredible, amazing guy. He was actually in our music video. He was the guy that gets killed with the shovel at the beginning of the video. But so I just called Davis and I was like, "Hey, I'm this guy. I don't know you. This guy told me to call you. I want to be in a metal band. He said I should hit you up to record music." And Davis like asked me a couple questions. One was like, "Are you cool with smoking weed?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, that's fine." And he's like, "All right, we can rock then." So yeah, my band went to record with Davis, and then like mid recording, the band like imploded because we had like a crazy secret right wing guy playing drums for us. We didn't know he was like a secret asshole. and the band kind of imploded due to like the social happenings and like things coming to light and just a bunch of like this isn't going to work out. So then Davis was like, I mean, you guys have cool riffs. Like, why don't we just start a new band and I'll play drums? So, and that was Last Retch. So he was basically like, these guys know nothing about gear. They've never played a show. They know nothing about anything. So he had to like literally teach me like everything about playing in a band. Um, and yeah, he recorded our first 3 releases for free, and he played all these shows. And then basically, when he thought we were ready to go off on our own, he quit the band and was like, "You guys are good. Find a new drummer. My work here is done." So he just kind of like set us up and then let us go be free.
So I've never known that story. That is insane. And I know that Davis is a real one because from the like since I met him, I think it was at the Kothra show, and we were talking, and he was like, "Yeah, I recorded the record and like I mastered it for vinyl." I was like, "You mastered a record that you mixed? Who does that?" And he did it. It sounds great.
Yeah,
And so like I was like, "Oh, this guy's crazy." And then I heard him like the gavel stuff. He mixed a bunch of stuff for like I think he did another couple of friends bands. I can't remember. He's recorded so many people.
yeah.
He did I think he helped do RD, their record.
I think
They
he had
recorded at Schoolhouse.
Yeah, they recorded at Schoolhouse. I believe Andy, who's obviously in RD, who's also a producer in his own right. I believe he was like in control of that session, but I'm sure Davis had input. Like, I mean, if I had to guess, Davis probably gives Andy knowledge and guidance because Davis has done so many things. So I'm sure he had his fingerprints all over that.
But yeah, it's I mean, knowing that Davis basically built the band with you guys is so crazy to me. That he was just
Yeah,
like, "Y'all are good. I'm gonna go do something else now." And
yeah.
then he's like, "My time here is done." Kind of
Yeah, he was
action.
getting burnt out on shows, and he's like, "I don't want to play shows. I just can't do it, man. So like, you guys just find a new drummer. You're good now." And he waited until we were truly good. If he quit any earlier, we would have probably just stopped being a band. And then now, since he's started or joined like 5 more bands, because
Yeah.
that's just Davis. Uh, but no, he still produces all our music. Like, he produced Abject Cruelty, our latest record.
hmm
We just did pre-production with him in August for another record we're recording next year with him. So he's a sixth member of the band. Like, he's always involved.
So y'all just put out Abject Cruelty, and y'all already have pre-prods for another record.
Yeah, yeah. So like writing songs is like the main like reason I do this. Like, playing live's fun, but like I just love writing songs. So we recorded Abject Cruelty in May of 2024. So as soon as we finished recording that, it's like, all right, let's start writing. So before this album was released, we already had another album written.
Got it.
So we're probably going to record that sometime probably in the spring of 2026. We're not in a rush because like we just put out a record, so
hmm
we're just chilling now. But yeah, that's my favorite part, writing. So it's just what I like to do. It's not like I'm like consciously sitting down being like, we need a new record. It just kind of happens.
So he recorded Abject Cruelty as well.
Yeah, he was actually
Okay.
gonna play drums on it until like 3 weeks before the record. We found our new drummer, and our new drummer insisted that he was gonna learn the parts and record it.
He did.
And he did, and it sounds great. But yeah, Davis was going to play on Abject Cruelty, but thankfully we found our guy, and our guy Spencer did a great job.
Man. Well, shout out Spencer because I know like I've learned sets very quickly, and I know that getting ready to record is a very different thing. Um, so learning a set in 3 weeks and then going into the studio is pretty intense.
Well, not only did he have to learn the record, he had to learn our live set because the main reason we found him is because we needed to play like 6 shows we had booked, and then the fill-in drummer we had booked, like, something weird happened where his cat got out, and like his like it like crushed him emotionally. So he's like, I can't do any of these gigs because my cat is lost or something like that. So
I can understand.
yeah, yeah, I get it, whatever you're going through, but like we had like a couple weeks to find a guy. So we hit up Matt from RD,
hmm
And he's like, I don't know if I want to, like, if I can really play like that style, but I know a guy that can. And he recommended Spencer and jammed with him once. And I was like, all right, do you want to join the band, play these 6 shows? And then we're recording an album in a month. And he was just like, yep, yep, yep. And that was like a year ago, or about a year and a half ago now. And he's just, I don't know what we would do without him. So,
Telling you, drummers prize possession. It's like a commodity.
yeah. And he helps me manage the band. Like, he's good with graphic design. He helps design all our merch. He's really good with like communication. So he's also in the band official email, helping respond to things. And me and him are a good team for like the management side of the band. So I'm really grateful that he joined. Hmm.
And y'all are on Time to Kill as well.
Oh yeah, yeah. Us and Scorching Tomb.
Are y'all y'all are gonna take over? Y'all are gonna represent the Canadian side of an Italian death metal label?
I hope so. Like, I think it's really fitting because, like I said, we're really close with Scorching Tomb. They're almost like a
Hmm.
sister band at this point. Like, everybody that knows us knows them, and vice versa. And like, we're always wearing each other's merch and repping each other. So, and like, we're boys. So I think it just made sense that we both have albums coming out like a month apart on the same label. It's just a natural fit. It's great.
It's also VP's like first band as well,
But yeah, yeah, I know.
so makes sense.
Yeah, we're all kind of like we're all around the same age, like early 30s to mid to late 30s. And like we're all like I know Miguel's very experienced in music and Emil's played in black metal bands before, but like none of us have really done like a real serious band that has like aspirations of touring and putting
Hmm.
out records. So it's kind of cool that we're like from different scenes, but we're going through like the same kind of trajectory together. It's nice to be able to bounce stuff off of them and kind of like, shoot back and forth when we got problems. And it's nice to have those guys.
Yeah, I mean, and they're such nice dudes.
But yeah, and they're really fun to party with.
Yeah, they are. I haven't partied hard with them, but we'll be at shows, and there's usually beers happening.
Oh yeah, we're all like all the members of both bands. We're all like the same kind of, I'll say, special. We have the same really
Tism.
dumb.
Yeah,
Yeah, we got
yeah,
a little of the tizzy. Definitely
yeah.
maybe some Tylenol. Too much
Too much
Tylenol
Tylenol.
for
Yeah,
us, right? But yeah, yeah, we it's a great time when we all party.
that's cool. Well, hopefully, we'll get to have some fun in Ottawa and Montreal in whatever capacity you're going to be there in. I mean,
Hell yeah. Oh, I'll be there. I'll be there.
uh, as for Last Retch, what do you guys have on the horizon? I know pre-prods just happened, but that's.
Yeah. That's on the back burner now. That we mainly did that so that our vocalist could like start working on stuff.
Mhm.
To be quite frank, we've always kind of like gone in not fully prepared for the vocal side of things. But this time we want when we go into the studio, we want Finley to feel very comfortable with his parts so that he can just go in and execute. So yeah, album stuff's on the back burner now. We just played 2 really good shows. We played Lee's Palace in Toronto with Dead Congregation from Greece and Sedimentum from Quebec City. So that was a cool show. Always wanted to play Lee's. We had our album release show last Saturday in Hamilton, which was a good gig. Primal Horde came down,
Mhm.
Disembodiment came down. We had Weakness, Davis's new band where he plays guitar. We had them play. We have one more show for the year. We're playing Toronto on Halloween. We're playing with Decryptal, who's like a newer death metal band out of Quebec City. Um, very cool band. Like they don't sound like a new band. That like they just came out with like an album right away. They sound very pro. So that's cool. After that, like we're trying to get to Europe. So I'm actually trying to work something out with a couple booking agents right now. We have a very specific timeline we need to go in because our drummer Spencer just started school again. He went back to school.
Mhm.
So basically, we're working around his school schedule, and we want to go to Europe in 2026 at least once, maybe twice if we can pull it off.
I want to go to Europe so bad too.
Hell yeah.
For every heavy music, it just works.
Yeah. And like they give you accommodations, they feed you. Apparently there's a lot of government subsidy there. So even if let's say the turnout isn't great, you're gonna get your guaranteed, you're gonna be
Mhm.
fed. Unlike here where like you can really get screwed, as you know.
I mean, there's a reason that Ontario is getting a break right now. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, exactly, man. I don't blame you.
But a lot of friends over there, so it's not anything personal. It's
No, of
just
course not.
I got to get the bank account up before I
The way
go
it
again.
is. Yeah, it's not like we're trying to make money. We're just trying not
No,
to lose money, right?
that's the thing, dude. I don't rental cars are a lot. Gas is a lot.
And then
I'll
like
say that.
hotels and Airbnbs are just outrageous now.
We're not even doing that. We just try to hit up as many people on our network as we can to be like, can four dudes sleep on your floor?
Yeah,
Like I don't even need to use your bathroom. I'll just go outside.
yeah. Just need a place to sleep.
Yeah. And I'll go to Planet Fitness or something and take a shower. Like I don't
Yeah.
care. But yeah, it's so that's we focused on the States for the past couple of years.
Okay.
Just because it for like our style of music, the States kind of makes sense to get like more built up so that
Well,
when you
yeah.
go to when you go to Europe, people have seen like, oh, they play in the States, like this is a serious band.
Yeah. Yeah. It gives you a certain amount of credibility when you've like left your home market and like gone for it. Then they know you're not just like local band, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like in metal, if you go to Europe first, it's really like it's kind of almost a sign of respect.
Yeah. Yeah. We've had so many plans for the US fall through due to like either visas or Uh, we couldn't get over the border for our first US show. Davis actually, yeah, he couldn't get over in time. Like we've had a lot of roadblocks there, and like from what we've heard about Europe, I think it just makes more sense for us at this point to go there first and then go to the States.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's because it's a lot of people more close together. Um, it's just an easier place to get like recognized, I guess. Not like famous, but like known, like
yeah,
familiar with people. So,
you can establish a reputation, and people at least know you're like a quality band.
mhm.
And you don't need visas for most places over there, so you can just go and play, and it's not a big deal.
And even like if you play the UK, it's $10, I think, a person
Which
for
is
the
so
visa,
reasonable, and it's
which
not
is
gonna take, like, 8 to 12 months to get approved, right? Like,
oh, and it doesn't cost 2 grand.
yeah, it's crazy.
So, yeah, we're looking at Europe.
Hell yeah. That's sick.
But yeah, it'd be sick. I think if you, because Scorching Tomb is also, I think, planning to go to Europe next year. So maybe that did you just drop a little nugget there? Is that what?
No, no,
Okay.
I don't think it's gonna be with those guys because I don't think the timing lines up. I think they have their own plans, which is sick, but,
Hmm.
I mean, if it works out for both of us, I can't see why we wouldn't do Europe together at some point. That just makes sense. It might be dangerous, all of us traveling around Europe together, like, getting to the next show on time because of the way we act around each other, but, I mean, the shows would be great.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Yeah.
And then you could do like vocal swaps where like you do vocals for Scorching one night and VP does vocals for Last Stretch
Yeah,
one night, and then people
yeah.
are like, "What band is this?"
Yeah, we could get our guys to switch.
That'd be really funny.
That'd be sick.
Well, John, I really appreciate you hanging out, taking time on a Tuesday evening. I have one last question for you before we go. What's your favorite city for Beans and Breakdowns?
Oh, I'm not just saying this, it's Montreal. Hands down. Hands down, man. My favorite shows are always Montreal. My favorite people I've met through music, Montreal. Best food, best city. If I could move there, I would in a heartbeat, man.
You don't need French.
No?
You can just do it. Yeah. You
No,
just
I
bare knuckle it.
yeah, I'd love to live there for a couple of years, but then come back to Hamilton. Ultimately, like I haven't been in Hamilton a long time, but Hamilton just feels like home.
Hmm.
But if I could live in Montreal even for like for a couple months just to like really get the experience, I would love that. I know my lady would move there forever at the drop of a hat. So,
I mean, especially somebody who works in beer and wine.
yeah. Yeah. And
Like,
she's been learning French. I mean, she speaks Spanish, of course, so there's a lot of similarities in the language. So, yeah, Montreal is the best. I love Montreal. Can't get enough.
well, next time you're in town, I know that, VP and the boys are going to try to have you as long as possible, but I might have to try to hang out.
Let's hang out. You could
So,
show me some good coffee. I've really only been to Even Coffee. That's
well, I mean, that's like the one.
is that the one? Okay.
It's
S
the only fourth way shop in Montreal.
okay, so that's where I usually go, but you can show me some other spots.
My roaster that I was at, we bought they used to have a P12 from the shop that used to be there,
Okay,
a Probat P12, and we bought it to increase the roasting program at the place that I
nice,
was at. So yeah.
nice.
But yeah, the guys who run that, actually, I think Andrew, the owner, is from Toronto.
Really?
I believe so. Maybe
That's
I'm
cool.
mistaken, but he has an Ontario accent. And it's right around the corner from Will's.
Well, Will's is great. They
Will's
make
is the best.
great beer. My favorite brewery in Montreal is Melon.
Really?
Yeah, because I really like classic European lagers. Rem's good, but I find their IPAs are a little sweeter than what I like,
Yeah,
a little too syrupy, if like, you know what I mean?
I do.
If I want, like, Alone, in my opinion, they make the best lagers, and even when they make a pale ale or something, it's a little bit more, I would say, balanced for my
Hmm.
palate. So Malone is my spot, but Will's is phenomenal as well.
I like Melon. They also opened for the summer. They had Pizza Tony,
Pizza Tony.
which
Eh,
was great.
yeah, yeah, last time I was there, I was smashing their, like, pepperoni jalapeno pizza. It was bomb.
The pepperoni with the hot honey on it is gorgeous.
But
Just
yeah,
so decadent.
it's a
But
good spot.
Melon, last time I was there, they had no lockers. they
Really?
only they only had like they had like an IPA, a Goza, and a I think a saison, like a farm
Okay.
ale,
Yeah.
and it was just all funky beers. And I was like,
I
it's
want a
not
nice
my
Czech 12 on the
that's
side pour tap in the big mug.
yep.
Let's go.
That's I listen Czech pilsners, Czech lagers, a Hell's, something in that classic, lager esque. Oh, okay. You haven't been to Le Marais.
No, I don't know what that is.
Okay, so next time you're in town, we're gonna have to go to Le Marais.
It's a good
It's my
brewery.
wife's favorite brewery,
Okay.
and they only do like 4 beers, and they're all classic like lager European style beers.
Well, that's right up my alley. Let's do it.
The Cherna, made with yeast, they brought over from I think the Czech Republic when they opened in like the 60s.
Okay.
Yeah, it's insane.
Oh, let's do it.
It's sick.
All right, I'm gonna hit you
So
up because I'll probably be in Montreal in November.
perfect.
So I'll hit you up.
Yeah, let's do it. We'll get a beer. We'll get a
Sweet.
Cherna.
Hell yeah.
Well, John, again, thank you so much for hanging out.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It was nice to meet you, Grayson.
Likewise. See you soon.
All right, take care, man.